You walk into your room, and it feels like a storm passed through. Clothes on the floor, dust on the shelves, a bed that looks like it hasn't been touched in weeks. It feels heavy, almost impossible. But here's the secret. Just 1 hour can flip everything. 60 minutes. That's all you need to turn the chaos into calm. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you how to take a room that looks hopeless and give it back its soul. 1. The beginning of chaos and order. You walk into the room, and it hits you like a wall. Clothes everywhere. Shoes lost under the bed. A desk that looks more like a junkyard. It feels hopeless. But here's the thing. An hour can change everything. The trick is not to think about the whole mess at once. That will break your will before you even start. Instead, break it down. Step by step. Corner by corner. You don't need to be perfect. You just need progress. That's the story here. A messy space turning into something alive again. Before you start, open the windows. Let air flow in. It feels like you're letting the mess escape too. Play some music. Something loud or something soft, doesn't matter. Just something that keeps you moving. This is not just cleaning. This is you taking control. 2. Clearing the ground, the battlefield. The floor is the battlefield. Everything starts there. Clothes tossed like they were fleeing soldiers. Empty bottles rolling under chairs. Maybe some old wrappers you don't even remember dropping. The floor tells the story of neglect, and you need to rewrite that story. Don't overthink. Just pick things up. Dirty clothes straight into the basket. No mercy. Clean clothes back where they belong. Shoes lined neatly like soldiers back in rank. Any item that doesn't belong in the room. Don't waste time running around the house. Toss it into a temporary basket. You'll deal with it later. Within minutes, the floor starts showing itself again. And suddenly you realize this is possible. The battlefield is clearing. 3. Surfaces like mirrors of the mind. Tables, desks, dressers. These are not just furniture. They're reflections of the mind. A messy desk often means a messy headspace. Paper stacked like forgotten promises. Cups with dried coffee stains. Random chargers coiled like snakes. Here's what you do. Strip it all down. Every item off the surface. Sort them fast. Trash into the bag. Important things into place. Stray objects into the basket. Then wipe. The moment the cloth runs over the wood, you feel lighter. Dust gone. Stains fading. What comes back on a desk should be chosen. A lamp. A photo frame. Maybe a small plant if you have it. Minimal. Controlled. Suddenly the space looks new. And strangely enough, so do you. 4. The bed as the centerpiece. Every room has a heart. In a bedroom, it's the bed. Messy sheets scream chaos louder than anything else. So fix that first. Pull the blanket tight. Straighten the corners. Fluff the pillows. Don't worry about perfection. Even a half-decent bed makes the room look twice as clean. If you got fresh sheets, change them. Nothing feels more refreshing than climbing into clean linen at night. Add a throw if you want, but don't over-decorate. Simplicity wins, because when you walk back in later, the bed will be the first thing you see. A made bed says, "This room is cared for," and it pushes you to care for the rest. 5. Clothes, the silent enemy. Clothes. Always clothes. They multiply like shadows. On chairs. On floors. In piles that grow without you noticing. This is where many give up. But not you. Grab everything. Sort into 3 fast piles. Dirty. Wearable. Donate. No hesitations. Dirty goes into the basket. Wearable gets folded or hung up. Donation pile. Don't overthink, just be honest. If you haven't worn it in a year, it's dead weight. Your closet doesn't need to be fancy. Just functional. Shirts with shirts. Pants with pants. Jackets together. Suddenly, what looked like an impossible storm of fabric turns into neat rows. Order returns, and with it, a small sense of pride. 6. Dust, the hidden villain. The mess you see is only half the story. The other half hides in corners, on shelves, windowsills, picture frames, dust creeping in slowly, quietly, until everything looks dull. Grab a cloth. Wipe fast, but wipe well. The difference is immediate. The light starts bouncing differently in the room. Screens look sharper, books cleaner. Even the air feels lighter when the dust is gone. Don't forget the small spots, door handles, switches, maybe even the fan blades if you can. This step takes minutes, but it changes the feeling of the room more than you think. Suddenly, it doesn't just look clean, it feels alive again. 7. Taming the small things. The small things are tricky. Pens, chargers, keys, coins. They scatter everywhere like they're running away from you. But here's the rule. Everything must have a home. Get a small box, a bowl, even an old jar. That becomes the spot for them. Chargers in one container, keys in another, pens in a cup. Once they have a home, they stop being clutter. They become part of the order. The beauty of this step is it saves you time later. No more searching for headphones at midnight. No more lost keys in the morning. Organization is not about being fancy. It's about peace of mind. 8. Adding life and freshness. Now comes the fun part. Making the room breathe. Open curtains. Let light flood in. If it's night, turn on a lamp with warm light. It feels calmer than harsh overhead bulbs. Spray a little air freshener. Maybe light a candle if you like the vibe. Add something personal but simple, a book on the desk, a framed picture, maybe a plant in the corner. These little touches transform the space from just clean to actually welcoming. Because a room isn't only about looking neat. It's about feeling like somewhere you belong. Somewhere you want to rest, think, and live. 9. Speed and rhythm. Remember, you only have an hour. So don't get stuck in details. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Work in rhythm. Put on music with a beat that keeps you moving. Don't wander off to check your phone. Don't start reading old notebooks you find. That's how time disappears. Keep moving. Clear. Sort. Wipe. Place. Repeat. Think of it like a dance. Mess to order. Chaos to calm. If you follow the rhythm, you'll be amazed at what you achieve in just 60 minutes. The key isn't perfection. The key is momentum. 10. The habit that keeps it alive. 1 hour can transform your room. But the real secret is what comes after. If you walk away and go back to old habits, the mess will creep in again. Slowly at first, then all at once. So build a tiny habit. Make your bed every morning. Put clothes away as soon as you take them off. Spend 5 minutes each evening just resetting surfaces. That's all it takes. Small habits, small choices. They keep the room alive. And in turn, the room keeps you alive. Clean space. Clear head. That's how it works. Your messy room doesn't own you anymore. You own it. And there it is. 1 hour. A messy room transformed into a clean, breathing space again. It wasn't magic. It was focus. It was rhythm. It was you deciding not to live in clutter anymore. Remember, the secret isn't just one big cleanup. It's the little habits that keep the peace alive. If this gave you that push you needed, then stick around, because here on Cleaning Vibes, we make order simple and we make it last. See you in the next one.